Hello everyone, I'm here with my video on sample paper 1 for class 9. This is a solved sample paper. The whole paper is in the MCQ form and that is the latest pattern of the year 2021-22. So let's start. Let us quickly read the instructions. The paper is of maximum 40 marks. Time allowed is 90 minutes, that is 1.5 hours. And the general instructions are that the question paper contains 3 sections. Section A is the reading section and it has got 18 questions. We have to attempt a total of 14 questions. Section B is the writing and grammar section, which has got 12 questions. We have to attempt 10 questions from them. Section C, literature, has got 30 questions and we have to attempt 26. All questions carry equal marks. There is no negative marking. So let's start. Let us start with the reading section, that is section A. Question number 1 to 10 are based on given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. Maggie is a golden doodle. However, she turned out to be more golden than a doodle. She has lots of energy, is very loving, a people pleaser, soft, and she loves every minute of life. But when she was small, we called her the demon. She lived to jump on me, bite me, and steal anything. My goal had been to get a dog that would keep me walking every day. But more than that, I am in a period of my life where I was looking for a way to give back. Seeing Maggie's loving personality and high energy, I realized that Maggie needed a job and I needed to volunteer, and if we worked together, we could both have that. But the little demon needed to be tamed. After going through beginner and intermediate obedience at Canny Academy, I knew that Maggie would benefit from the off-leash program that would help her to get ready to become a therapy dog so that she could be busy and I could give back. She is home from the academy now, and what a great dog she is. She loved her training and did very well at Canny Academy. Walks that used to be difficult because of 75 pounds, her pulling on the leash was hard on me, are now a pleasure. We walk twice every day and she has many friends in the neighborhood that have watched her grow from an unruly puppy to a beautiful companion thanks to the Canny Academy. We train every day and she loves to attend the weekly training sessions that the off-leash graduates take part in. Lisa and her trainers gave Maggie the tools she needed to be an absolute wonderful dog. Now we work together to fine-tune those tools, and everyone that knew her before is quite impressed by how well behaved she is now. My life is so much better with Maggie in it, but part of that is thanks to the wonderful people at Canny Academy and the great work they do with dogs. If I ever add to my dog family, we will surely be calling them again. Let us start with the questions. Question 1. What is meant by the word impressed? That is given in para 2. Option A, affected, B, afraid, C, delighted, D, charmed. Here option A is the correct answer, affected. Question 2. Who is Maggie? A part, a dog, B, a girl, C, a fish, D, a demon. We all have read the passage and we have come to know that this whole passage is about this lovely dog. So Maggie is a dog. Option A is correct. Question 3. What qualities of Maggie are mentioned by the author in the opening paragraph? Option A, she bites everyone. Option B, she is always low on energy. Option C, she is a villain. Option D, she is soft and loving. So we have read in the opening paragraph about how she's a soft and loving dog, a people pleaser, energetic dog. So here option D is the correct answer. Question 4. What was Maggie called when she was small? A. A doodle. B. Golden doodle. C. Golden dog. D. The demon. And the correct answer is D. The demon. Question 5. Which academy does she go to? A. Dog family. B. Off-leash academy. C. Academy of dogs. D. Canine academy. The answer is Canine academy. Question 6. What training programs did Maggie undergo? Number 1, beginner obedience program. Number 2, intermediate obedience program. Number 3, advanced obedience program. Number 4, off-leash training program. And the correct answer is C. Question 7. What change occurred in Maggie after training? Option A, she became well behaved. Option B, she became high on energy. Option C, she became a people pleaser. Option D, she had a soft fur now. So option A is correct. She became well behaved after the training. Question 8. The narrator wanted Maggie to become a dash dog. A. Therapy dog. B. Soft dog. C. Calm dog. D. Good. So the author or the narrator wanted Maggie to become a therapy dog. Question 9. Narrator's life is better with dash in it. A. Part dogs. B. Lisa. C. Canine Academy. D. Maggie. So the correct answer is Maggie. That is D option. Question 10. What is meant by the word tamed in paragraph 1? A. Trained. B. Disciplined. C. Calmed. D. Taught. The correct answer is disciplined. Here we have the second unseen passage. Let's read it. Question number 11 to 18 are based on the given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. In the 16th century, when Golconda was the capital of Qutub Shahi Kingdom, it is believed that a shepherd boy came across an idol on the hill. It was then that the Kakatiya dynasty's ruler built this fort. The fort is 120-meter high. After it was captured by Aurangzeb, the Mughal emperor, the fort fell into ruins. The beautiful ruins of the fort have a story to tell. They make you wonder how the fort may have looked in its days of glory and grandeur. The fort also hosts a sound and light show every day, and the history of this fort is narrated in such an interesting manner that even a child can understand and enjoy it. The next place to visit is the Char Minar. The literal meaning of this monument is four minaret, is a mosque on the second floor. It is said that when the state was engulfed by the plague, Sultan Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah, the fifth ruler of Qutub Shahi dynasty, prayed to end the plague and promised to build a mosque in the very place where he was praying. Thus, Char Minar came into being. The walk from bottom to the top of the monument is a little spooky owing to the narrowness of the pathway and the steepness of the steps. Make sure you visit the nearby Lad Bazaar, where there are rows of shops selling the famous Hyderabadi glass bangles and lakh bangles. The Salar Jung Museum is the third largest museum in the country and boasts of owning the biggest one-man collection of antiques in the world. A visit to the Salar Jung Museum is a must, even if you are not a fan of antique stuff. You can view the Nizam's collection of textiles, arms, metalware, ivory carvings, Indian bronzes and carpets. The main attraction is definitely the musical clock made by Cook and Kelvey of England. Inside the clock is a timekeeper. Every hour he comes out and beats a gang as many times as the time indicates. Another attraction of the museum is the veiled Rebecca, an amazing sculpture made by the Italian sculptor Giovanni Maria Benzon. Let us quickly see the questions. Question 11. The dash is the third largest museum in the country. A. Charminar, B. Golconda, C. Lal Killa, D. Salar Jung Museum. The correct answer is D part, Salar Jung Museum. Question 12. The main attraction is definitely the musical clock made by dash. A. Qutub Shahi dynasty, B. Kakatiya dynasty's ruler, C. Kelvey of England, D. Nizam. The correct option is Kelvey of England. Question 13. Antonym of the word ruins is rebuild, destroy, wreck, spoil. As we see, destroy, wreck and spoil all are synonyms of ruin. The correct answer is A. Rebuild. Question 14. Synonyms of the word glory is splendor, grandeur, fame, all of these. Since splendor, grandeur, fame all mean glory, so the option D, all of these is the correct answer. Question 15. Antonyms of the word attraction is allure, charm, repulsion, glamour. Antonym, that is opposite of attraction, is repulsion. C option is the correct answer. Question 16. The literal meaning of Charminar is A part 4 minar, B 4 minaret, C Charminar, D Char minaret. We have read in the passage the option B 4 minaret is the correct answer. Question 17. Golconda was the capital of Qutub Shahi kingdom in the A 15th century, B 17th century, C 16th century, D 14th century. The correct answer is C 16th century. Question 18. The main attraction in the Salar Jung Museum is A. A musical clock, B. Ivory carvings, C. Metalware, D. Collection of carpets. We have read in the passage it talks about a musical clock, so option A is the correct answer. Let us now do the writing section. Question number 19 to 24 are based on the given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. You saved your pocket money to buy one of your favorite books. You decided to read it on Sundays. But one day, on your way back from school, you lost the book in your school bus and couldn't find it. You pasted a notice on the notice board and finally someone returned it to you. You are writing a story based on the whole experience. Question 19. The most suitable title for this story will be A. My favorite book, B. Lost and Found, C. My lucky book, D. A lucky find. Here, a lucky find is the most appropriate title to the story because you found the book and so it became lucky for you. You were lucky that you found it back. Question 20. What should have the notice conveyed to ensure the find a definite one? That means what would you write in the notice so that you definitely get it back? A. Suspension from the school, B. A reward of the same book to the finder, C. A punishment to one who has the book, D. A handsome treat to the finder. So if you tell anyone that you will be suspended he will never give back the book. You found the book and you wanted the book back, so obviously B part is incorrect. You will not give the same book as a reward to him. Punishment you will never give, because then he will never come back to return. So you will always promise to give the person who returns to you a handsome treat. So option D is correct. Question 21. What would be the next line of your story after getting back the book? A. I rewarded the boy as promised. B. I thanked the boy, that is the finder, very much and kept my promise. C. I acknowledged the boy for his genuine efforts. D. I took the boy to the principal's office. Option A is incorrect, because you will not reward as you had promised, because the reward was in question 20. You had mentioned about the reward that you will give back the same book. So that is not the correct answer. C is obviously there's no effort to return back. So this is incorrect. D, you will not take him to the principal office. So B option is the correct, because you are going to thank the boy very much and you will keep the promise of giving him a handsome treat. Question 22. The plot of the story is based on A. a tensed situation, B. an imaginary situation, C. a real life situation, D. a dramatic situation. So this is a real life experience, so C is the correct answer. Question 23. What does the story revolve around? A. Your experience, B. losing and finding a favorite thing, C. getting and losing a favorite thing, D. a favorite book. So here it revolves around losing and finding a favorite thing. So option B is correct. Question 24. Which of the following should not characterize your story? A. Number 1 is plot, number 2 is character, number 3 is setting, number 4 is digression. So here answer is number 4. That is C option is correct. Question 25. I dashed my foot playing tennis last week and now I can hardly walk. Here we start with the grammar portion. I injured my foot playing tennis last week, because it is talking about last week. So option C is correct. A was injuring, B injure, D have injured are all incorrect. Option C is correct. Question 26. My father dash English at all, although he dashed it for 3 years when he was in high school. A hasn't been speaking, studies. B isn't speaking, has studied. C wasn't speaking, is studying. D doesn't speak, studied. Option D is the correct answer. My father doesn't speak English at all, although he studied it for 3 years when he was in high school. Question 27. Here dash the mail and newspapers that I picked up for you while you were on vacation. Option A was, option B is, option C are, option D B. Here option C is correct. Here are the mail and newspapers. We are talking about many things, that is the mail also and newspapers also. It's a plural noun following, so we need to have a plural verb also. Option C are is correct. Question 28. He had such bad flu that he dash breathed through his nose. A. Didn't use it. B. Wouldn't. C. Shouldn't. D. Couldn't. Option D is correct. He had such bad flu that he couldn't breathe through his nose. Question 29. You can buy these maps at dash station. They all have them. A. A lot of. B. Several. C. Few. D. Any. You can buy these maps at any station. They all have them. Question 30. He said, I have often told you not to waste your time. This question is based on reported speech. Option A. He told that he had often told him not to waste his time. B part, he said that he had often told not to waste your time. C part, he said that he had often suggested to him not to waste his time. D part, he said that he had often told him not to waste his time. Option D is correct, because whenever there is said, we do not make it told. It remains said. Said to becomes told. So option A is incorrect. In option B, we have it incorrect, as at one time he mentions that he, and the next time he enters, he has written your. In option C, suggested is not wanted here, and suggested to is also incorrect. Then we have that also. We cannot have so many reporting verbs. Option D is correct. Let us now start with the literature part. Question number 31 to 35 are based on given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because when she was trying so hard to say the words properly, "What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully." He was so big. His hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Question 31. Whom did author compare to a giant? A. Kezia's grandfather. B. Kezia's father. C. Kezia's grandmother. D. Kezia's mother. The correct option is B. Kezia's father. Question 32. What does the word wretched mean? A part happy, B part tired, C part miserable, D part excited. Option C is the correct answer. Wretched here means miserable. Question 33. What did her father ask her to do? A. To make a cup of tea for him. B. To carry his briefcase to his room. C. To put his teacup back on the table. D. To read the newspaper for him. Option C is correct. He asked her to put his teacup back on the table. Question 34. In front of whom did Kezia stutter? A. Her mother. B. Her grandmother. C. Her father. D. Her brother. Option C. Her father is the correct answer. Question 35. Name the chapter from which the given extract has been taken. A. The Bond of Love. B. The Little Girl. C. Reach for the Top. D. If I Were You. Option B. The Little Girl is the correct answer. Question number 36 to 40 are based on the given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German-speaking Switzerland in a city which was more liberal than Munich. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics, and after finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. But science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man with the walrus mustache. Question 36. Write a word from the given passage that is an antonym of the word short. A. Prolonged. B. Liberal. C. Appealed. D. Interested. Here the correct answer is A. Prolonged. Question 37. Where did Albert decide to study after school? A. A reputed college of London. B. A university in Zurich. C. An American college. D. A university in Berlin. The correct answer is a university in Zurich, B part. Question 38. Name the chapter from which the given extract is taken. A. Reach for the Top. B. A Truly Beautiful Mind. C. The Bond of Love. D. If I Were You. This extract has been taken from A Truly Beautiful Mind. Option B is the correct answer. Question 39. Where did Einstein want to continue his education? A. In English-speaking Germany. B. In Germany-speaking Switzerland. C. In German-speaking Britain. D. In English-speaking France. So the correct answer is B. In German-speaking Switzerland. Question 40. What were his favorite subjects? A. German and English. B. Biology and chemistry. C. Mathematics and physics. D. History and sociology. The correct answer is C. Mathematics and physics. Question number 41 to 45 are based on the given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though, as for the passing there, had worn them really about the same. What does grassy mean in the poem? A. The road which is not used by anyone. B. The road with all luxuries. C. The comfortable road. D. The well-built road. Here option A, the road which is not used by anyone, is the correct option. Question 42. Why did poet choose the second road? A. Because it was beautiful. B. Because it was not used by many people and was appealing to the poet. C. All of these. D. Because it was well built. Option B. Because it was not used by many people and was appealing to the poet is the correct answer. Question 43. Why was the poet looking at the path? A. To decide whether it was suitable for him. B. To see how long it was. C. To check the road. D. None of these. The answer is A. To decide whether it was suitable for him. Question 44. What does the poet's long stare at the path signify? A. The time taken by people to decide and make a choice. B. Poet's love for nature. C. Idling away time. D. Relaxation hours. Here option A, the time taken by the people to decide and make a choice. This is the correct option. Question 45. What shows that the road has not been used by many people? Number 1, the green and untrampled grass on it. Number 2, the mud on it. Number 3, the broken stones on it. Number 4, all of these. Option A, that is option 1. Point 1 is the correct answer, the green and the untrampled grass on it. Question number 46 to 50 are based on the given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. He might have been trampled underfoot had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice. Question 46. Where was the child? A. Amid a crowd of people. B. Outside the shrine. C. With his friends. D. With his parents. The correct answer is B. I hope this video was helpful to you. I am coming up with more sample papers. Keep tuned, prepare well, eat well, do take good care of yourself, stay healthy. All the best. Bye.